For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Someone vows to commit suicide if his current MP does not retain the seat come the island's next general election. A lot of folks are saying thank you to NewsSpin, and of course we have a whole lot more to discuss between now and 2 o'clock this afternoon on this, the most monitored talk show in the world. A lot of people are taking umbrage to this tagline, but we'll stick with it. We go up until 2 o'clock this afternoon. During the course of the broadcast, I'll be taking your calls at 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026, and Amanda will be going through some of your comments in the chat room. We trust that you had yourself a safe and enjoyable weekend. The National Mental Health Hotline to assist individuals harboring suicidal thoughts. They have been on a campaign over the last few years, and they have publicized the number that you call if, for whatever reason, you have suicidal thoughts. The number is 203. The number, once again, is 203. Why would I tell you about this hotline? Because a political stooge comes across as a comedian. He says that if the MP for Dennery North, Education Minister Sean Edward, does not win his seat during the upcoming general election and loses that seat, Dennery North, to anybody, including the United Workers' Party's Bradley Fulgence, that he will ingest Gramaxone and commit suicide. I mean, that's reckless, That's, to put it mildly, senseless statement, stupid statement, all in the name of politics. And I know that many people will say, but the guy was kidding. Got the environment, maybe a little too much to imbibe, was having fun. But sometimes when people say things of that nature, we ought to take them seriously. In any setting, whether it is one that is mournful, where somebody is going through certain challenges, etc., and they say that they're going to commit suicide, we have to take it seriously, because too many things pass for a joke in St. Lucia. I can assure you that irrespective of what people are going through in this country right now, the crime, inflation is a major issue for the people of this country. Unemployment is still an issue. The inequality, I could tell you, I can't think of any politician, particularly government ministers, will commit suicide because they cannot deliver to the people. Whether it's the bad roads, the effects that crime is taking on so many families in St. Lucia, water shortages. Politicians will not want to kill themselves for you. It will not happen. So I don't know why any individual would want to commit suicide if a politician loses his seat in the upcoming general election. By the way, Mr. Sean Edward won that Dennery North seat during the last election of 2021 by 281. I'm not in a position to tell if he's going to win or lose. Not into making predictions of, this party is going to win all 17 seats and the SLP will retain power and the United West Party will regain power, etc. I'm not into that. I'm really not into that. Those are wishful thinking. But it is possible, it is very possible that this can go either way. So if Mr. Sean Edward were to lose that seat, what will be the reaction of that particular individual? But in case you missed it, you did not get that clip, and again I'm saying there is a hotline. If you're harboring suicidal thoughts, there is a hotline you should dial 203. Listen and watch.
Hey, now we're to a Sean Penn. We have a 6:30 when member go to church, now they break them out. Sean could never lose. Never. Now break them out. Hey, now we're to a Sean Penn. We have a 6:30 when member go to church, now they break them out. Sean could never lose. Never.
Someone should really counsel this individual, because take him at his word. Who knows, if Sean Edward loses that seat, he is likely to commit suicide. That's something for people in the community to attend to, social workers, counselors. Please take that seriously. And the good thing about politics in St. Lucia and general elections, the people of St. Lucia, no matter they're docile, but they're very unpredictable as far as determining who serves as their parliamentary representative, who should be elected, which party should win. And there's been some surprises in the last few years. Number one, over the last 4 general elections, the people have decided to change the incumbent. Whether it's SLP or UWP, the last 4 elections, this is what has transpired. And every time some politicians or political parties lose an election, you know why? You know what they attribute this to? St. Lucians being illiterates. When they lose, that's what they say. That's what they surmise. That's the conclusion that they reach. And I have always said, and I'll continue to repeat that, the voters of St. Lucia, they have never made a mistake. So when they vote you 16-1, that's their choice. 14-3, that's what they were thinking. That's what they wanted. Then 11-6. Then the last general election, 13-2. That's what the people wanted. This time around, whether they decide to keep the St. Lucia Labour Party in power or return the United Workers' Party, that is their choice. And I'm sure they would have given it sufficient thought. Which gives me the opportunity now, still continue to focus on the politics, but the need for the voters of this country to pay attention to what is happening around them and not make silly comments. Like, if this guy doesn't win, I'll kill myself. Or this party is taking all 17 seats and that other party will win the next general election. Because you're not focusing on the issues. Listen to what the politicians are proposing. Pay attention to the policies and whether they are practical, as opposed to just being emotional and being a party hack. Yes, you consider that you have a party to support, you have a candidate to support, but on what basis? You want to support people blindly? Example, when you hear politicians say, a certain politician would say, this individual, I'll quote him correctly, you know. He says that this particular minister is a serious, tall minister. In 2025, you all are still on this mepui, who is tall, who is short, and we have critical issues to attend to. And this is occurring primarily because those politicians do not take you, the voters of this country, seriously. Because they know you will clap. They know you will giggle. And those politicians are failing us on a daily basis in so many areas. As I said before, crime, health care, unemployment, the dilapidated state of the roads, and those failed politicians are still focusing on somebody's stature. Let's listen to Chartered Accountant, retired Chartered Accountant, Mr. Richard Pitkin, urging the St. Lucian public, urging the politicians to stick to the issues.
They both want to get into power, and so they're not going to agree on everything, and we're going to see a ramping up of information and discussion and campaigning, which again is going to leave us in some doubt as to who are the best people and what are the best programs. But I hope they can both agree on the changes that we need to make to deal with the issues that we have, like crime, like traffic, like inflation, which are still there. They haven't gone away. They're not going to go away in a hurry. In fact, if anything, they could get worse in the years ahead. And from my point of view, I hope people look at what the politicians say in their manifestos, even if at the end of the day they do not necessarily implement it, and make their decisions based on what they are going to do rather than just what they say.
And that was Mr. Richard Pitkin speaking to Choice Television. So it's all about the issues. It is not about what is of importance to the politicians, because the politicians, by nature of their profession, are selfish. They engage in a lot of subterfuge. They engage in a lot of attitudes, and they exhibit habits that are aimed at doing what? Distracting you from the real issues. 4 years would have elapsed already, almost 4 years since this government came into office. And the big question is whether things are different, whether things have improved, especially when it comes to crime, things that are impacting you directly, the bad state of the roads, health care, the high cost of living, whether there has been a major improvement. Let us for a moment there forget about the Mapui, forget about the rhetoric that is aimed at further dividing the people of St. Lucia. So last week we played you some voice notes, and I think we'll have a new feature, call it the NewsSpin voice notes, where if you have certain issues impacting you, affecting you in the community and St. Lucia in particular, in general, you can send us a voice note. And what we will do is to edit and we'll play it on the air with the hope, the desire of the authorities attending to those issues, because we are demonstrating again that we are effective. Some folks from the islands north, I think Grand Riviere and Piat, Grand Riviere and some other communities, they were complaining about a serious water shortage over several weeks. And we played that clip last week. And I must tell you that the response has been positive, in that I've received several messages from those same individuals saying that Wasco has provided them with water. And we are very thankful for that. But let's listen to those people when they were addressing their concerns to the Water and Sewage Company via NewsSpin.
Good morning, team. I am frustrated. I have been without Wasco water for so long. I have lost count of how many weeks that I have not had Wasco water. I am frustrated and somebody needs to do something about it.
Good morning, team. This is so frustrating and stressful. It's actually been 7 weeks. We have no water in the Gaza, and the stress level, it's causing anxiety, it's causing distress. Persons are uncomfortable. Wasco is not answering their phones. Everybody you're calling is a different story. At least come to the community to see what's happening and who can get some water. This is disappointing. We cannot take it anymore. We need water. Water is life.
Mr. Timothy, man, I have to say that I am totally disappointed in our water system. I am totally disappointed in the service that we are getting from Wasco. I tell you, after not having water since January, we having issues with water. My tongue dried up. I have not had a proper bath for the whole of February, going into March right now. Imagine, I have called Wasco to buy water from Wasco. Wasco wouldn't sell me water. I have called Wasco to set up an appointment for people to drop, for them to bring water for me. They refuse to do so. They refuse to send the water as they promised. They have promised that they've been sending water now every week for the past 5 weeks. They've been promising that they will send that water. And Timothy, I am up to my neck with it. If I have to tell you, Timothy, what I am thinking of doing at this point, I probably will land myself in jail. So I would rather not mention this. I would rather keep it to myself as a thought process. But this is not right. We cannot afford to be in a country where we are in modern times, and for us to be having these kind of problems with water. We have rain all the time. We do not have a problem in terms of water coming from the rain. We have rainwater. So Wasco have no excuse And every time you call them, they lie to you. They are pathetic liars. And Timothy, I believe there is a hell. And I don't know about you, but as far as I'm concerned, every single person at Wasco is going to hell. Because every single one of them that you call and that you speak to on the phone, they lie to you. They blatantly lie to you. And as a citizen, as somebody residing in the Grand Riviere area, Timothy, we cannot afford to be living like that. It's like we're living like animals. How can you live without water? How can you have children, babies, and you have no water to deal with them? That's not right. It is not fair. And the government need to do something about that. The government need to intervene at this point. They need to intervene. Very soon, members of the government will be coming around asking for votes. They need to do something about that. How can we vote for a government and that is not taking care of us? Somebody has to do something. And Timothy, we solicit your assistance, man. We really, really need your assistance, to at least put our voice out there for persons to know what we are going through. Because this is not right. This is not right.
Good morning, team. It's been up to 7 weeks, going on to 8 weeks now. We have no water in the Gaza. At this point, we've called, we've left messages, they've taken our names, our numbers. They've said that they're going to send a truck, then they've said they're looking into it, they said the pump is on, but we still do not have any running water in the pipe. I have 2 babies in the house. I have a daughter writing a CPA. I have to keep her out of school on certain days when I do not get enough water to wash her uniforms. I have to buy water to bathe the babies. I have to ask my boss to work from home on certain days because I really cannot make it to the office. It reached a stage now where you feel like, well, there's nothing left to do. And Wasco is giving the same stories over and over. At this point, we just need them to send some water at least. If you're not going to send water in the pipe, send a truck, come and see what's going on. But nothing, nobody's reaching out. It's almost like we don't exist up in the Gaza.
Folks complaining about the water shortages in their communities in De Gazon, among other areas, over several weeks. And we played it last week, and we decided to replay those comments again today. Since then, I'm told via WhatsApp, so many messages, people telling me that the water situation has improved in that part of the island. So we have a new series, NewsSpin Voice Notes. Send your voice notes to 716-2026, 716-2026, NewsSpin Voice Notes, and we'll air them and hope the authorities will attend to your issues. So the fact that this was highlighted on the broadcast last week and the resultant positive impact, the leader of the opposition made reference to this, and that is during a Sunday meeting of the opposition UWP.
Just look around what's taking place in crime. There's no solution. Look what's taking place with the conditions of our roads. There's no improvement. Look how many thousands of people have gone weeks without water and had to get onto a radio show. And thanks for Timothy Poleon's show. I heard that the people now in Grand Riviere have gotten some of their water, but that's because they use their voice and because people now know that Timothy's show has become the voice, a place where people's voice can be listened to. And it tells you the power of our voice.
The leader of the parliamentary opposition and leader of the United Workers' Party, Mr. Alan Chastanet. If, sir, you become Prime Minister, rest assured, we'll be using the same medium to hold your feet to the fire. 452-2979, 452-279. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. And, of course, Amanda is on set. I don't know if you're ready for an update, Amanda, regarding some of the comments in the chat room. Are you ready?
Tim, give me a minute. I'm having some technical.
All right, so let's take a call. Good afternoon to you. We have a call on the landline. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello.
Hi, Tim.
Good afternoon to you.
Yes, hi, Tim. How are you?
I'm okay. How about you?
I'm okay, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the event the SLP administration had there, no answers. Now, Tim, listen to me. The PM is saying about secure the victory. But listen, whose victory it actually is? Because, Tim, these people who voted these guys in there, when they went down to vote, they were thinking about how putting an administration in there is going to better themselves, only better their lives. Because at the end of the day, when people have to go down at Marty there, and they have to take free items and juggle in their mind, which one can I take home with me? Is it the cheaper one, but the cheaper one has less? The other one has more, but more expensive? My pocket cannot reach there. You understand? The prices is going up every week. Prices going up in Marty. When they will go and vote, they vote for their stomachs, Tim. You understand? They have kids there, they cannot even send to school. You know, we have a lot of issues in the country, I'm Tim. So, you know, it begs the question, has your life improved? Do you have a house? Did you replace the roof? Are you able to send your children to school? Are you better be able to afford when you go at Marty and those supermarkets? Can you afford? You understand? Whose victory is it? I mean, from the way I look at it, the victory is that of the elected members, because those are the guys, when you see that they're passing their glasses always up, they are financially stable. Of these, they have those buying properties left, right, and center. The people don't even have a property. They don't even have a roof to their name. Those guys buying up properties. These guys are doing a lot of things, man. They are actually securing a future for the elected members, not for themselves. So that's why I'm asking, whose victory it is when you're going to go and take sun and stand up there? Ask yourself a question. I'm talking to the bus driver, to the vendor, to the lady that's cleaning by the road. I'm asking that question. Is your life better? Are you getting what you ask for from the government? Do you have a roof? Some of you don't have a roof. Some of you have been begging the neighbors for food, for money to send your kids to school. Are your lives better? Whose victory is it? What victory are you securing? Because from the looks of it, you securing a victory, a future for the elected members, not for yourself. There's no benefit coming there. And to tell you, we need people with heart. And you know, I'm going to tell you something. There is this guy. He's a teacher. He taught for several years. I mean, I know the guy. And this is a guy I could tell you, if anything comes close to Mahatma Gandhi, this guy would be it. I think he's going up for the same place where he is represented. This guy literally takes money from his pocket to give to kids who are unfortunate. Some of the kids, their parents cannot afford lunch, nothing for them. He actually gives them, you know. Some of the parents actually come and he helps them. And this is a guy who always talks about how he doesn't like people to be taken advantage of. You know, he was also a Calypsonian. I mean, you know him well. His name is Tukaru. And I'm telling you, if this guy really represents that area, the people of Culture South have a very damn good representative. You understand? When this guy talks, he actually is talking about the struggle people are going through, and he's helping people. You know, this man is helping people. This is the kind of person we need to represent the different constituencies. These kind of people with heart. You understand? Not people when you put them in there, they do whatever, buy properties, their name always in scandal. That's not what we need. We need people that's concerned about the constituents. People that will put the country first, not their pocket, not themselves. People that's willing to remedy some of the social ills that's growing here. Prime Minister talk about unemployment. You have prostitution going up because of that. This is nonsense. You understand?
Okay, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution. Appreciate it. Okay. What's up, message? Somebody says, here is a Wasco story worth sharing. I called yesterday for trucking service because weeks before they shut down, we have had no water in our area. This is how the conversation went. Agent of Wasco. Wasco control room, so-and-so, how can I help? Me. Hi, good morning. We have been out of water for weeks. Is there any way we can get some water from your truck? Agent says, so, we are not doing any trucking service right now. The individual, why is Wasco not doing any trucking service when they provided a number to request? The agent, so, the system has been reopened, so we are not doing any trucking service. Customer, well, we have no water and it has been weeks. The agent, so, If we decide to do trucking, then we will call you. Now, for a lone water utility company to say if they decide to supply customers affected by the inconsistent water service is an indictment on that company. You provide an essential service and yet behave in a whimsical manner. Like if you are in a good mood, you can provide trucking service. Wasco St. Lucia Inc., you are responsible for your own problems and so you cannot fix it. You need to make up for it, and if that means providing water through alternative means, you do it. It's not something that you do when you feel like it. People cannot continue to suffer under that company. When will the complaints be enough for authorities to step in and make some drastic changes to the operations at Wasco? Water is life, but here you are saying if you decide to truck, you will call the customer. Nah, man. 4522979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. We have another call on the line. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air.
Timothy, a pleasant good afternoon to you and your listeners all over the world. PW on the line, Timothy. Timothy, last week I was listening to your clip on the water situation. And as we all heard that Mr. Guy Joseph came, he said about what his government had to do to improve the water. And Rick Wayne said about if we're really concerned about, the water situation has been going on for years, and then we are not doing anything about it. We're not even demonstrating. Timothy, let us go down memory lane. Remember when both governments said that if we construct a dam with 800, and our dam is about 800 million cubic liters of water, that would be enough water to supply the north and the rest of St. Lucia.
Not the rest of St. Lucia, but the north.
The north. And you know what happened, Timothy? We still have a water problem in the north. They also said, Timothy, that they had to change the size of the pipe, Timothy. Increase the size of the pipe for more water to flow up to the north. Did that solve our problem in the north? No. Then they changed the name of the company from Wasa to Wasco. Did that change our water problem, Timothy? No. Then they said the problem is with management. We changed management, we still had a problem. Then it was, let us increase the water by what? 66 point what? 2%, 5%? That did not solve our problem, Timothy. I am saying to St. Lucians, I live in the north. I never missed a drop of water in the north. You know why? Because I realized the government and Wasco is not reliable, so I have invested money into water, with water pumps, water tanks, and many solutions have to take that into consideration. We drive a $150,000 car. We spend a lot of money on entertainment. We spend a lot of money on phones. We spend a lot of money furnishing our house. The kind of situation that we're in, we need to invest a lot of money into not a basic need like water. Water is a necessity we use every day. So we solutions, if we do not want to go take this placard and go to Wasco and demonstrate and demand water, we have to invest in our water situation. And take, for example, the gentleman that talked about, he called Wasco for water. Are you for real, sir? Let me tell you what's happening. You have just ordered one truck of water. Wasco doesn't have time for you. You know what Wasco have time for? Wasco has an order of 15 trucks delivery to the hotels in the north. They have 20 trucks delivery to the bottle companies, the companies that bottle your water. So they're more concerned of trucking water to these places and for them to produce the water for you to buy at the end of the day. You think the merchants and Philip J. Pierre, they care about water? They don't care about water. Philip J. Pierre has water at his home. is the common person, the most vulnerable that doesn't have water at their home. So what I'm saying to you, Wasco is busy trucking water to these companies, and they will not waste their time for one truck order of water to your home. Solutions have to wake up and invest money into the water problem, whether they are at high levels on the hills, high altitude, they live at high altitude, or, Timothy, they live in a place that's vulnerable to water shortage. Timothy, I thank you.
Thank you so much for calling, sir. WhatsApp message. Somebody says there, Tim, Wayne Girard has not been visible in that constituency, ancillary canneries, as often as possible, not even in the House of Assembly representing the people. That West Coast Road project was there under Shas. Now they are rushing to renovate a house quickly before election. I'm not saying it is not needed. Ancillary canneries is in need of a fire service. Wayne Girard is attempting to play on the people's mind and also run and pave Riverside Road in canneries. Tim, it is too late. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages at 716-2026. Again, 716-2026. Think I have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Yeah, Mr. Tim, I understand like there is certain places in St. Lucia you can build a tank, like a concrete tank. But there is places, especially in the country, I've seen people have big houses. They have their gutter in, and when rain falls, all the water wasting. You are just bigging up Wasco. Now, you're going to buy a big plastic tank, sometimes 500. It depends on the size. Buy blocks and build a tank. In the Virgin Island, Mr. Tim, I have a house in the Virgin Island, as a matter of fact, in St. Croix.
Mm-hmm.
And majority people in the Virgin Islands, they build cisterns. The whole balcony underground is a cistern, Mr. Tim. So when I see people have houses and they having guttering, and the rainwater, which you don't have to drink it if you want, but you could wash, flush your toilet, do a lot of things, and then buy your Wasco. Put a leash in Wasco mouth because they're taking advantage. I listened to a Mr. Dan saying they're going Wasco. He's so angry and talking about Wasco have to go to hell. And it is true. Them fellas have a big building when you pass by Uptown Liquor Store there. Who paying for that? It's them same people that crying for water. Wasco, you need to get up, man. You know, I listened to a Mr. just called before me and saying they have big trucks taken to hotels and stuff like that. And it is true. And you are in people Wasco. Wasco, I'm going to change your name to Wasco. And from today, I'm going to call you Wasco. Because you have the people them crying, you wasting their time. So your name is not Wasco. Your company name is not Wasco. Your company name should be Wasco. Because you're wasting the people them time. Come on, man. Come on. That's not right. You aren't day by day people complaining. And the last one, Mr. Philip JP, I have a message for you talking about protect the victory. I want to ask you a question, Philip JP. How you expect people to protect the victory on a hungry belly? You have to go. Let's update Mr. Tim.
All right. Thank you so much for calling. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. You've sorted things out, Amanda? And you all set?
Yes, I have.
Okay, go ahead, Amanda.
Good afternoon, Tim. Good afternoon, NewsSpinners. Someone says here, that is rum talk. If Sean can never lose, why is he worried? Or is he trying to get attention from the MP? I think it's the latter. Now, the commentary reads, from 1996 to 1997, SLP made elections so personal, shake my head. Another comment here on NewsSpinner says, Tim, when will we demand that our leaders confront the elephant in the room? The U.S. has reportedly warned our elected officials against retaining Cuban doctors on the island, creating a ripple of panic across the region. Yet, this government has remained silent on this matter, despite its serious implications. I have one pressing question for this administration. Has Alva Baptist received a notice of visa revocation from the U.S.? I hope they addressed this issue. The commentary reads, Tim, Lucians do not vote based on issues or policy. It is all based on who they support. They do not care that their party representative has policies that are not in their interest. Another comment here, someone says, Team, would you be surprised that the same people who are calling for peace in public are the same ones promoting war in private? Another comment reads, Prime Minister promised the people of Canaries so much things last night. Things he never completed for the entire country in 4 years. But in 7 months, the people in Canaries can get all that now. Wow. Another comment here reads, Agree, caller, but let's not ignore management because they are getting paid to provide and maintain satisfactory service. That's it for now, Tim.
Thank you so much, Amanda. We have another call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello. Okay, well, I was at call 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. All right, somebody sent me a WhatsApp message. It reads, Hi, NewsSpin. My name is Garvey St. Marie. I'm 17 years old and I have a disability called cerebral palsy or CP. I love your show and the work you do. I want to bring attention to an important issue. Our government is not creating enough job opportunities for people with disabilities. Many of us have skills, talents, goals, and dreams, just like everyone else, but we struggle to find work because there aren't proper programs or support systems in place. On top of that, the president of disabilities is not pushing hard enough for us. We need real action, real opportunities, and real support to be able to contribute to society like everyone else. This needs to change. Please help raise awareness about this. People with disabilities deserve equal opportunities too. Thank you for your time. Well, we hope the minister with responsibility for people with disabilities, Mr. Jeremiah Norbert, is paying attention, and if not, folks from the office or from his ministry, I am sure we'll pass on the message to him. Another call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air.
Good afternoon, Timothy. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Good afternoon, Miss Amanda. How are you doing?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
Tim, we have a serious problem with Wasco right now. And like the previous caller stated, they've changed many things at Wasco. But he also forget to state they changed the uniform, spend money in changing the logo. That have not helped. Team, it is important that Wasco have to understand. They need to stop trying to drive this company for profit only and do not worry about the people, the concerned citizens, the people who are paying the bill in order for Wasco and the top management to live a lavish life. Tim, do you know that every pipe Wasco put in certain areas, even when they're doing new connection, they do no purging of the system to the client or to the customer. I'm asking for Wasco, especially when they're doing connection, can they have some form of device that you as the customer can ensure that the water that we are getting, yes, we're treating the water, that's what they were saying. But by the time it reaches you, the consumer, which is myself, I would like to know what pH level that it reaches, Tim. I would like Wasco, someone in the technical department, to tell us or to give us some form, just give us some form of instrument or something we can buy to test the water that we are getting, we are drinking, we are giving our children, the future of tomorrow. It's very important because I'm very concerned as to what we are getting to drink at this present time. Up to now, you tell me Wasco cannot have their own water. The water distribution, as in Blue Water has their own, Spring Water has their own. What, Wasco cannot have something for themselves? Team, just like the government, Wasco is doing the same thing. No one cares. So what you have, Wasco do what they want. And you see, as for that NUC, whatever they call NUC, that board, they need to dissolve that board and many other boards right now and let the people take action to do their own. And the supervisors at Wasco, I sure can do a better job than management in itself, because you are the one that making it happen, not Wasco management. but the supervisors and the normal daily worker, I praise those people for going out and you're still paying the guys peanut. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you so much for calling. Let me take the opportunity now to play you a video news release, a VNR, that's being produced by the Water and Sewage Company, highlighting some of the issues that is contributing to its inability to provide you with a reliable service. So we'll play you this in just a moment. I'm not too sure if it is ready. Is it ready, Mr. Producer? No, not yet. Okay. We'll endeavor to see if we can get it ready at some point in time, and we'll be airing it to you. That's in defense of Wasco. Wasco putting in its own defense via a video news release. Then take another call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air. Hello? Okay, we lost that call. Let's see if we can have a call on the landline. Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon. Okay, we'll try again via WhatsApp. This is NewsSpin. Go ahead with your contribution, caller.
Yes, hi.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Okay, hi, Tim.
Hello, ma'am.
How you doing?
I'm okay. How about you?
I'm good, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Tim, I have called the show before, and my stance is that being a politician, I'm going to say it again, is a calling. A lot of people are politicians, and by virtue of what? Of being in the right position, being in the right place at the right time. And that is why, as a St. Lucian community, and as we are the electorate, and that is why we need to always question the motive of persons who want to go up and represent us and represent me. Remember, when we're looking for a representative, we're not looking for somebody who automatically decide that they want to work in somebody's favor. Because not everybody cares about people. Not everybody wants to leave themselves behind and represent people. But you see, they have motivations. The motivation is power. The motivation can be money. But that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for somebody who understands the concept of community. Somebody who understands the concept of, that person needs to be a philanthropist. So that is why when you're looking for a politician, you need to go into this person's closet and look at the track record. Has he been working on behalf of his community? Has he been showing signs of wanting to improve somebody's lives? What about that person? What about you that makes me feel that I can vote for you? That makes me feel the comfort in putting you as a representative? Because these are skills that you don't just pick up at the side of the road. Because when you get to power and money, they bring out every skill, they bring out every characteristic that person has been hiding. So that is why we cannot take a chance if people just come blah, 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 I want to represent you. No, it's something that you need to be passionate about, something that you need to be in tune with. So that is why these politicians that we have today, they're not here to make your life better. They are here to facilitate your life getting better. And if you have to work on behalf of your community, these are persons who are supposed to put education in place for us. Because they need to educate us on what we need to do to make things happen in St. Lucia. Because the politician is not going to stop crime. No, he can't. The politician is not going to make your life all of a sudden better, make your living better. But what he's going to do, he's going to make sure that information is put in place, that there is a workshop happening there. There is another activity going over on the other side to get the public involved, to pass on information as to how I become or how do I get to a particular place in my life. Because remember, a politician is supposed to work on behalf of the community. Your job is to get your members to be aware of what is happening, to educate your members, to do that sort of representation for each member of a society. And as a people of the nation, it is our fault, because you know why? Because too many of us spend time focusing on the wrong things. Because at the end of the day, when I put a politician there, He's not only representing me, He's representing my child. He's representing my neighbor. He's representing everybody who thinks that, oh, I'm not voting now. I don't like to vote. I'm not voting. You see those persons say, I'm not voting? He's representing all of us. So that is why we need to be one in this in this country. And that's what love is, Love for country is not, I'm patriotic, I'm representing my country. No. Well, yes, love for country is unpatriotic. And all of these are reasons why persons should become in tune with what is happening. Because if you love your country, you understand it's a call to action. It's a call to engage in little behaviors that can work towards making your country a better place. So if I love my country, I'm going to see the need to vote. If I love my country, I'll see the need to not litter. If I love my country, I'll see the need to educate myself, to read the papers, to know what's going on, because I am looking for a proper representative for my country and for myself. So I cannot sit back and say, I'm not voting. You need to vote, because it doesn't affect you, but it will affect somebody else, and that person will come to you, and that person might need help. It will affect your children. So when we're looking for politicians to change your life, it's not going to happen. We are the ones who have to educate ourselves. We are the ones who have to take it into our hands and ask yourself, when they come before you and they said, vote for me, I see what you have in your manifesto, but let me question you on that. How are you going to make that practical for me? What is it that you are going to do for me? Let me see. We need those forums with our politicians. Because a lot of the politicians, they don't know why they're there.
They know why.
They don't know.
No, they know.
No, I know what side you're looking at. But I'm saying,
they're there to better themselves.
Well, that was sarcastic. I know what you mean. But I'm saying, do you think they really understand their role as a politician? Do you know that you represent me? Do you know that I am the one who put you there? Do you know that you're not supposed to spend so much time away from your community office? Because in that community office, this is where you attend to the persons who put you in power. This is where we need to see the politician on the ground with your community. Because when I am going to re-elect you, you need to answer specific questions. What have you done in the community? Let me see your track. What do the members of the community have to say about you? How has my community transcended from one point to the next? How is my community in the next 5 years? What do the people have to say about you? And it's not about what qualifications you have, my dear. It's about your representation of the people of the nation. What have you done? And the politician is a serious portfolio. Okay, it's a portfolio that you need to have. You need to have people on your agenda. And if I am not on your, that is what a politician should be. People on my agenda. If people are not on your agenda, then you're not a politician. You understand? It has to be me. Mm-hmm. I should be able to reach you. I'm not saying that. You see, and another thing about St. Lucian community, you don't want people bombarding you. I understand that concept. And that is why when we develop our skills as people in St. Lucia, we become more educated as to what our rights are and what we can do. Then we will not see the need to go begging them for everything, because that is what they think. They think they can just give you $20 and shut you up. No, I don't want $20. I want to know what type of representation you have for me and my children. I want to know how are you going to make the community more livable, more functional? That's what I want to know. And when St. Lucians are voting, every St. Lucian needs to vote. You can't need to tell me you use the road, you use the roads, you use the supermarkets, you use the beaches, your children take part in different things in the community, and you want to live in St. Lucia and not vote? This is irresponsible. But if you don't like what you are voting for, you need to go out and make a difference. We need forums for our people. We need education forums. And every politician should strive to do that. Have forums in the community to educate the people as to what they do and how they do it. And that is how our political landscape will change in St. Lucia. Too many politicians are being elected because they look good, they speak good, and they have a doctorate, they have a a massive in this. And listen, it has been proved, it has been shown that all of these attractions on your portfolio, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a philanthropist. I'm looking for somebody who understands the love for country, is patriotism, is the love for people, is the love for during independence, and you see persons who claim that they're patriotic, everybody's home. Nationally, everybody's home. They don't understand the concept. Because, it's St. Lucia. I love St. Lucia, but nationally, you refuse to, bring your children to a forum to get them to hear about their history. How could you love your island and you don't know the history of your island? Tell me. Are we bent on American society who will know what Donald Trump is doing now? Will know what Elon Musk is doing now? What do you know about St. Lucia? What do you know about it? Do you know anything about your country? These are the forums we need to have to get our people to develop a backbone. Therefore, when you see when they make a decision, it's an informed decision. And some of the politicians as well, they need to know the history. Because if you know your history of your nation, when you come up and represent me, you don't just come there and try to bluff me into voting for you. Because it's all a bluff. It's all a bluff. So Tim, I'm going to ask St. Lucians again. Please, when you are voting, everybody needs to vote. When you are voting, you need to be informed. If you cannot get the information, then you shouldn't vote. If you cannot get a forum if you can't get a forum with your representative, then you shouldn't vote for him. Okay, we want forums, we want representative, and we want to know, we want ball by ball. And guess what? We have some people in St. Lucia, we have some people who cannot really read. So we need these fonts. We need fonts. We need audios. We need it. You can even draw it if you want, because we need to see what your purpose is for us. You need to reach your audience, reach your community. That is what we're looking for. And all of those Wasco, littering, blah, blah, crime. Oh, don't come for that crime thing. That crime thing, we need to reach home to the parents. Why you want the police officer to solve crime for you, and the parents have no sort of, they don't have any idea as to what to do with their children. They just leave them in the hands of technology, and now they want the ministers. Sometimes they don't even have children. They don't even know what they have never touched a child before, but yet you want them to cater for your children. No, we need to do better than that. We need to do better than that. Anyway, team.
Okay, caller.
Up a lot of your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a great afternoon. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Still to come, we have a denial coming from the Home Affairs Minister, Jeremiah Norbert. We'll talk about this brawl in Anstore between the police and the civilian community. All that and more on NewsSpin.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbouté at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Move Select is transforming how you move. With our new electric vehicle charging stations, getting a quick and reliable charge is easier than ever. From Rodney Bay to Dennery, Vieux-Fort and Soufriere, we've got you covered. Our cutting-edge network offers both fast and standard charging options. Convenient, efficient, and always ready when you are. Just download the Flash Charge app app from Google Play or the Apple App Store, and with a few simple taps, you can set up an account and link it to a credit card, find a station, or scan the QR code to start charging in seconds. Lucidec is powering your journey and driving us toward a cleaner, greener future. Charge ahead with Lucidec's EV stations. Lucidec electric vehicle chargers, powering progress, energizing the future.
Taco Thursdays at Senior Snapper from Thursday, 13th February 2025 and every Thursday.
St. Lucia, your Thursdays just got a whole lot better. After work, there's only one place to be. Taco Thursdays at Senor Snapper Seafood Grill and Margarita Bar.
In Cruzley Town, that is Marie Therese Street.
Live DJ, fresh tacos, and island vibes. What more do you need? Tacos for just $10 plus 2-for-1 margaritas and mojitos to keep the good times flowing.
Thursdays is Taco Thursdays at Senor Snapper.
For it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay. Flow is keeping you connected.
Are you tired of going from doctor to doctor, spending time and money, yet still not getting the answers you need? Now, at La Clinique du Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence, we bring you the latest in medical technology, our state-of-the-art radiation-free full-body MRI. With unmatched accuracy, we can detect illnesses early, giving you the answers you deserve and the treatment you need, saving lives and saving money. No doctor referral needed. Results in just 24 to 48 hours. Plus, a free consultation with a doctor to explain all your results in detail. Don't wait. Take advantage of this special offer and book your full body MRI at our Cocoville, Rodney Bay, or Castries locations. Call 451-6559 now. La Clinique du Corps. Your health is our priority.
Essie, don't tell me that tire flat again. I just changed that tire.
Wait, what? You just changed that tire?
Well, I bought a used one because you didn't give me enough money.
Oh, I see. Well, you know what? Chivi's Tire Shop only carry brand new quality tires at affordable prices with free installation.
Hey, it seems you're working at Chivi's Tire Shop. How you know all that?
Come on, Brenda. The tire shop down the road from our home in the American Drywall Building.
Oh, yes. I forgot. Well, you know what, Patrick? Let's go there right now. Take your wallet. Let's go.
Chivi's Tire Shop, located at the American Drywall Building, Vic Butey. Call or WhatsApp 584-5986. Chivi's Tire Shop. Pay less, drive more.
You know that feeling when you have an uncontrollable desire for fried chicken? That's the KFC. A substance that stimulates your senses to identify the aroma of a secret recipe or an extra crispy crunch from any distance. It's invisible to the naked eye, but you can feel it traveling throughout your body, taking control. All so you can enjoy a juicy bite of KFC. Ignite your senses with KFC.
I've seen you here before, and I have something special just for you. What have we here? Happy housewarming to me? That's the MNC Home Depot Rewards Card. You'll earn points every time you shop, plus exclusive savings and promotions just for you. Just for me? Yes, just for you. Shop in store or online and enjoy a seamless experience. So I get to treat myself every time I shop? Exactly. It's time to reward yourself.
MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt Rewards Card. Sign up and reward yourself today at www.mnchomedepot.com.
Whether you want to accept it or not, this is the most monitored talk show in the world, and it is called NewsSpin. A WhatsApp message, somebody says they're breaking news, missing person, Wayne Girard last seen almost 4 years ago, whereabouts in England and in the office. So talking about Wayne Girard, the Prime Minister and political leader of the SLP, Mr. Philip J.P., has put in a defense for Mr. Wayne Girard. And I guess he's satisfied with his stewardship as the MP for that constituency, ancillary canaries, and also as a minister in his office. And he credits, I guess, the man's height, because he says that Wayne is a serious, tall minister. Listen.
Right around, well, and saying, look me here, look at drink. Wayne is a serious man. Wayne is a serious, tall minister. Is that me? This what make me say that in this fellas. Right around, well, and saying, look me here, look at drink. Wayne is a serious man. Wayne is a serious, tall minister. Is that me? This what make me say that in this fellas.
St. Lucia's Prime Minister. Let's leave it at that. You just heard there from St. Lucia's Prime Minister and Minister with responsibility for finance, national security, and job creation. 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. The leader of the opposition, by the way, has been posing some questions to the island's police commissioner. Remember, it has been in the news that a police officer, sergeant, arrested and charged for stealing an M16 from the armory at the Grosley police station.
You want us to believe that this police officer did everything for himself? He already has a gun. Why would he need another gun? And I want to ask the commissioner two questions. The first question, was the only thing that was stolen was a gun? Or is it true that there was also hundreds of rounds of ammunition that was also taken but has not come up in the report? I also want to know, does the commissioner know who the person was that called him to tell him where the gun was?
Leader of the parliamentary opposition, Mr. Alan Shastney, my information is the nation's top cop will be convening a press conference very soon. Who knows, he might respond to the questions posed to him by Mr. Alan Shastney. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Timothy Poleon.
Rick Wayne, good afternoon to you, sir.
Well, your show really titillates the mind, boy. And the emotions. Tim, you really believe being a politician is a calling?
If you're going to do what is expected of you in terms of providing representation to the people, addressing their needs, it is a calling. But if you're going to be a politician for politics' sake, then you on your own volition decided you want to be a politician, you want to get into this profession primarily because you want to get rich overnight.
If I were to take your own definition that you just gave me there, repeat it again for me, a guy who takes some...
A guy who, let's put it this way, he's sacrificing himself, he's putting the people...
Oh, that's a new one you put in there.
Yeah. He's putting the
people... sacrificing himself.
No pun intended, he's putting the people first because he has identified that there are certain areas where he has the expertise maybe, he has the knack to address the needs of those people, and therefore he's putting himself up for public office.
All right, so how about a person, a fisherman, who has his customers, and he goes out to sea, and he treats his customers well. They pay them money, and you think that's a calling?
It is. Because
tell me a job that's not a calling by that definition.
Because as far as he is, it's at a tremendous
tell me
risk.
a job that is not a calling by that definition.
You have situations where, for example, somebody gets into a job. Let's say want to be a teacher, right? You go into the teaching profession, not because you're loving, so therefore it's not a calling for you, not because you love teaching, but because it is a job. You're going to be in the job for the next few weeks because you want to go and study overseas. And that certainly will be manifesting itself in how you treat the children and how you impart knowledge.
All right. So you want to define for me how you can be a career politician and yet regard politicians as callings.
Rick, what exactly are you getting at?
Well, I'm just trying to clarify.
In the interest of time.
That lady who just called you, they have very nice tone, almost soothing. Listening to the lady, she means well. She has the best intentions. I tell you, she has a fantastic tone. And I'm thinking about the ogres who make a career of politics, and people like that lady, with all respect to her, are destined to be gobbled up by these guys. Name one politician who is different from Trump. Name one politician who, at least in some aspects, cannot be compared to Hitler, one of the worst. Name one politician who stands out, one who comes very, very close to what I almost call a calling, was Romanus Lansico.
Yeah.
And there was another one, what's his name?
You are absolutely correct, because while she was speaking, I was thinking about well,
that's what I'm there for, to make you think.
Yeah, I was thinking of Mr. Lansico.
Okay, so we have once in a while politicians that you feel so good about, and they're so personal, people oriented, that you almost want to call it a calling. But don't fool yourself, it's not a calling. It's just a politician who is doing what he promised to do. That's what Lansico promised to do, help out people and whatnot. Lansico got paid like everybody else. But same thing with Alan Bush. They were politicians, but they were a better caliber of politicians.
But I think for Mr. Lansico, it was a calling. I'll tell you why.
You're entitled to that, and he earned it.
Primarily because of his background. You know, he contributed. He was a community man.
Right,
the JCs,
all those things.
Yeah.
There are one or two politicians that you can name. I mean, like Martin Luther King. There are those who wanted to paint him as a politician, but most people will see Martin Luther King and all the sacrifices he made as a calling. You know, we can, even the priests, you use words like that to nuns and priests and people who inspired to do good, sacrifice their lives and helping people, Mother Teresa, all those kind of people. Those are the kind of people, they're not perfect human beings, but you can still accept that they're answering to a call from above, if you like, calling. But there is absolutely no way politicians deserve to be called that. Politicians are people who should be watched most closely because they have the greatest opportunities to allow the worst characteristics of human beings to come through and pay them. All we hear from, the lady was saying something as well about we should ask them questions. Kenny Anthony said that too, with the tongue of a snake. And I don't mean to be saying, I'm just saying it's forked tongue. Kenny Anthony said that when the politicians come to you, ask them personal questions. It doesn't matter whether they've been to court or whatever, their reputation, and you must be satisfied that never mind the court found them not guilty, you must be satisfied they really are what they seem to be. So ask them questions. But that same Kenny Anthony has put forward candidates that in the first place were dubious. And we never have a chance to ask. The average person, for one, has no chance to ask these people questions about their background for two reasons. First of all, They belong to the party, and all they can think of is kiss the politician's ass. Okay? If a UWP got, nothing like personal experience. You went to a meeting, and I've heard you once in a while try to brush it, but I was reading up that story, full report, when it happened. I was reading it up, and you expressed fear, and you even discussed with the reporter the look on Kenny Anthony's face. You couldn't make out what it was, whether he felt sad, whether he felt sorry for you, or whether he was angry, or whether he was disappointed. Do you remember that? You said all those things to a reporter who interviewed you when you were called a media terrorist. And you said you were afraid. But I've heard all kinds of stories since then, people trying to powder that. It was what it was, and it's on the books. At the time it happened. That's what's wonderful about newspapers. They write stories, the years go by, the stories are never challenged for good reason, and that's what stands, not conveniences later on. Okay. So also this lady, and I'm not putting that lady down at all. I'm just saying that she has those standards, expectations, wonderful, like the love everybody thing. All these fantasies. I'm not knocking her at all. She's well-intentioned. Educating the people. Tim, you really believe there's any educating of the people by politicians, or that there has ever been any educating of the people?
None at all. It's brainwashing that takes place.
Bullshit then. Yeah. And they appeal most of all to the least educated among us. Their support comes from the least educated among us. Every single politician in this country.
I mean, for example, hold on there, Rick. For example, when I listen to the Prime Minister and political leader of the SLP, and he's asking the supporters to repeat after me, protect the victory, repeat after me. I mean, this is just a game that the politicians are playing with the people of this country based on emotion, not based on anything that one can consider to be, actually something that could be taken seriously. Because you want people to repeat that after you. But then at the same time, the people were to say to you, repeat after me, protect the people, protect their lives. You'll believe that they're publishing you. Go ahead.
Well, let me say this, and I hope I'm not... Your chat room isn't too quick to judge what I'm saying. When Philip Pierre, I didn't hear him, but if Philip Pierre stands on the program and he makes them repeat after me, protect the victory, that is great politics, and it should be looked at as great politics, not education of the people, not being nice to the people, not I love you of the people. All that is bullshit. It is good to be on a platform and connect with your base. These guys write things for their base. The base is already committed, and they want to keep the base committed and don't go anywhere else. That's why religion doesn't want you to read any other books but the books. Well, they don't want you to read. They only want you to listen to the religious preaching from the particular church, because they don't want to risk you getting enlightened and going to another church. Isn't that true?
Yes.
Religion and politics are of the same pea in the same pod. Okay? Educating the people. So we just dismissed that. When Judge Adlam, Peter Josie, and a few other St. Lucians, this Primrose Bledman, decided years ago, perhaps older than anybody in your group can remember, and if there are those who remember, I wish these people would call the show as well. They don't. Okay? These guys really had education open sessions where people could ask any question and they would answer the questions whether satisfactory or not. But the opportunity was there for you to ask questions. And then, of course, it turned out the forum was just another step into electoral politics, the divisive thing again. So that's a lesson we have to learn, even when they come in the guise of priests and the guise of goodies. What is their ultimate goal? Okay? So where do you have the opportunity I just pointed out to you, you were at that particular meeting.
The public
what
meeting.
Public meeting affords people the opportunity to ask any questions? One. And if you are perceived as a UWP supporter and you went to a gathering of Labour Party people taking questions, what do you think would happen to you if you asked a tough question? Honestly, what do you think would happen?
Well, it was a public meeting. It wasn't a forum where it was a press conference.
I just want to ask you, Tim.
It
I
was on
said
the market
if
step.
there was a Labour Party gathering for the specific purpose of taking questions from the audience, and a UWP guy went in there and asked a couple of tough questions, what do you think?
You'd be heckled. You'd be hounded.
It'd be heckled before you even ask the question.
You would be.
And by the way, the same would happen with the UWP or anybody else. You listen to, I'm sure you listen to both political meetings out there. Which one of them was educational in the sense that the lady spoke about? Which one of them suggested to you, oh, those guys are there for a calling and whatever? Well, you know, the best we can do, Tim, and we are the ones at fault. We are not supposed to trust politicians at all. We have a good reason not to do that, but we can do something about them anyway. We can demand answers and act. For example, that recall. There's a good reason for wanting that recall when Susie Dovell went around the world talking to St. Lucians. And one of the things she found out is that the people wanted, as part of their right, the right to recall a politician after a certain time who had not performed. Why don't we have that? We have it in California and elsewhere.
Because the
We don't have that.
The politicians are the one determining whether we should basically enact those various suggestions, make them law.
The politicians are themselves the only deciders, to use Bush's word, of when the Constitution will be amended.
Yeah.
We're talking about, while we're on it, we're talking about anti-colonial, white people this, white people that. You know, our Governor General is no longer acting, and he has gone now for his knighthood. You know where he's gone for the knighthood, Tim?
Well, of all places in the
To
England.
kneel before the Queen.
Yeah, the king.
The king.
The king.
The white man. You have one thing going on in Parliament without the permission of the king. So what was independence all about? And all the talk about we should be a republic. What would be the difference if we became a republic? What is the difference between the fact that we're independent and before we were independent? You know what the main difference is, Tim? The only difference? Our ability to go to different countries and make deals with all kinds of nefarious characters and get loans and opportunities to get money under the table, whether by CIP or whether it is the Taiwanese. That is what we have. That is all we can point to in terms of our independence. And those are things people don't like to hear because they listen as a group of UWP or Labour. That is how we listen. We either have Labour Party heirs, or we have UWP heirs, or we have heirs of not hacks, people, I almost want to say pimps and hangers-on, beggars, etc. People, and you know, so many of them. And by the way, you listened to my friend Richard Peterkin a while ago. What did Richard Peterkin say there to you that is any different from what he said every election in answer to any question?
That's because nothing is changing. It's in Rusharik. That's because things are not changing.
Yeah, but he doesn't say that.
So you have to
just answers
repeat. So you have to repeat yourself.
And then he says, sometimes your wit gets me. The guy, I have all respect for Peter and for Richard. But Richard knows the situation. He's going with the blows and protecting himself and his company. But the average person listening to Richard doesn't know Richard is speaking with self-preservation in mind. I ain't talking with no self-preservation in mind. I couldn't give two shits at my age. I didn't care two shits when I was much younger, let alone now. I say it as I call it, and as I say it, And whoever wants to challenge me, I am not a disgusting fighting back guy. I can speak in very good, clear, plain English and not be cussing you or spitting at you. I encourage people to take on what I said and challenge it. It's good for the country. I don't mind bowing if your point is better than mine. I hate it when I'm talking to myself, basically, that the people in the chat room are saying, good day, Rick, that's a good one, that's a good one, that kind of stuff, as opposed to opposing it or supporting it and thereby changing things in our country. Nothing is working in our country. I put it to you that any government coming in now with all kinds of fanciful ideas, and by the way, the sad thing is that everybody we have in front of us has been tried, tested, and found wanting. Let's be blatant about that. But that is all we have.
We'll have to end it there, Rick. We'll have to end it there. I'm due for a commercial break.
Good note.
All right. Thank you so much. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. What was this over in Astoria? And we have a video to show you right now. A brawl in Astoria yesterday. I think that was in the aftermath of the St. Lucia Labour Party rally. Either Astoria or Canaries, but one of the, I think it was in Astoria that this occurred yesterday. And the police, in some cases, trying to effect an arrest, trying to arrest at least two or a couple of other individuals, but it was unsuccessful, and definitely it was chaos. And that is why I did ask the question of the day: how do you feel about the Royal St. Lucia Police Force? It appeared that although it was anticipated that there would have been hundreds of people attending that particular rally of the St. Lucia Labour Party, that the Royal St. Lucia Police Force did not put in place the requisite security arrangements to deal with any issue of that nature. So things really got out of hand. I don't know the circumstances surrounding this incident, but it appears that the police definitely lost control of the situation. Is hoping that they will review the videos, review what has transpired with a view to ensuring that it does not happen again. Still to come, sitting of the Parliament to take place tomorrow, and the Speaker has been put on notice. This is the most monitored talk show in the world.
Lucelak is transforming how you move. With our new electric vehicle charging stations, getting a quick and reliable charge is easier than ever. From Rodney Bay to Dennery, Vieux-Fort and Soufriere, we've got you covered. Our cutting-edge network offers both fast and standard charging options. Convenient, efficient, and always ready when you are. Just download the Flash Charge app from Google Play or the Apple App Store, and with a few simple taps, you can set up an account and link it to a credit card. Find a station or scan the QR code to start charging in seconds. Lucelak is powering your journey and driving us toward a cleaner, greener future. Charge ahead with Lucelak's EV stations. Lucelak electric vehicle chargers, powering progress, energizing the future.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Here's a fun fact. In just 29 seconds, you can say goodbye to paper bills forever. Seriously, in 29 seconds. That's less time than this ad. Head over to discoverflow.co or visit us in-store and update your contact information now. By October 1st, your bills will be digital, easy to access, secure, and hassle-free. So what are you waiting for? This ad still has 2 seconds left, and you could have already gone paperless.
Craving some irresistible KFC chicken? KFC Wow Box has got you covered. For only $22, you get one piece of juicy chicken, one delicious sandwich, and a side of crispy regular fries. This offer is available at all KFC stores island-wide, and now with both dine-in and delivery options available, you can enjoy your meal however you want. Come into the store and enjoy the KFC experience or have it delivered to your doorstep. Don't wait, order now through WhatsApp at 484-0400 or visit our website, kfcstlucia.com. Don't miss out on this amazing deal. Get your KFC Wow Box today, whether it's dine-in or delivery.
Are you tired of going from doctor to doctor, spending time and money, yet still not getting the answers you need? Now, at La Clinique du Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence, we bring you the latest in medical technology, our state-of-the-art radiation-free full-body MRI. With unmatched accuracy, we can detect illnesses early, giving you the answers you deserve and the treatment you need, saving lives and saving money. No doctor referral needed. Results in just 24 to 48 hours. Plus, a free consultation with a doctor to explain all your results in detail. Don't wait. Take advantage of this special offer and book your full body MRI at our Cocoville, Rodney Bay, or Castries locations. Call 451-6559 now. La Clinique du Corps. Your health is our priority.
Watch this view here. If you missed it, yeah, itchy nose.
The St. Lucia National Cricket Association Prime Minister's Cup is back. It's going down at 4 venues: PI, Philip Maslet Grounds, Groseley, and Mindu Philip Park. Games will be played both day and night. Will the champions Groseley defend their title, or will we see a newly crowned champion this year? Teams taking part: last year's champion Groseley, runners-up Central Castries, South Castries, Babano, Monrepo, Mikud, Soufre, Viewfort North, Viewfort South, Denry, Choiseul, Babia Valley, and Deriso. This tournament bowls off on February 18th with defending champions Groseley coming up against Babano at 7 p.m. on the Groseley playing field. Games will be played from 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 7 p.m. Come out and support your favorite team. It's the St. Lucia National Cricket Association Prime Minister's Cup coming to a venue near you. Who's gonna emerge champions this year?
It's the Tile Thursday specials. The sale you've been waiting for is finally here, happening this Thursday at the Tile Gallery. Whether you're renovating your kitchen, bathroom, or updating your entire home, don't miss out on the chance to save big on high-quality tiles that will elevate any space. Mark your calendars for Tile Thursday specials, the last Thursday of every month. You can save up to 50% off on selected tiles. Located at M&C Home Depot in Sunville. Hurry in! These amazing deals are in-store only, and supplies are limited, so be sure to grab yours while you can. Remember, Tile Thursday only happens once a month, so don't miss out. Visit the Tile Gallery this Thursday. See you.
This is the most monitored talk show in the world. It is called NewsSpin. It's on the NewsSpin Facebook page as well as the NewsSpin YouTube channel and Power 97.9 FM. Regarding this brawl over in Ansley on Sunday, just received information from a source that as a result of this incident between some civilians and the police, 4 men have been arrested. That's 4 men have been arrested and charged, and also 2 women have been arrested. So 4 men and 2 women have been arrested as a result of this incident which occurred over in Ansley on Sunday. Let me turn my attention to Amanda and some what's happening in the chat room. And in just a bit, the leader of the opposition puts the Speaker of the House on notice. What's up in the chat room, Amanda?
A few comments from the chat room team. Someone says here, caller, there are prefabricated plastic or fiberglass tanks that can also be buried underground, which is a lot more affordable than building in-situ concrete water tanks. Another comment here reads, you're complaining, just expect SLP to raise the water rates. Someone here says the government needs to exempt taxes and VAT on water tanks and pumps, UV treatment equipment to allow affected persons to afford upgrading their water storage systems. Another comment here reads, but as if PJP said last night, he sent Wayne to England to negotiate a loan to maintain resources to improve water services. Another comment here reads, team, I believe the caller. I'm not sure of the supporters. I'm not sure if the supporters know what they are doing at the rallies, supporting candidates because some of their lives are in serious despair, are not getting better, and they still support them because they think it will make them belong. What they have known for a long time and what they do not know is how to make their own decisions to turn their life around. The ministers keep on giving them hope and promises, and they hold on to that. They need to look at the bigger picture and make more informed decisions. Another commentary reads, Scholar, you're saying, what you're saying makes sense, but the extent of illiteracy in St. Lucia is often underestimated. Moreover, our struggling education system is producing a generation even less equipped than before, putting the country's future in jeopardy. Interestingly, despite having fewer opportunities, our foreparents seemed better prepared to make sound decisions, often driven by critical issues. This in turn contributed to a stronger and more stable St. Lucia throughout the 1980s and much more of the 1990s. Unfortunately, the influence of certain UWI elites have turned our systems into a mockery. And a commentary reads, the majority of politicians we have in St. Lucia right now are in it to fill their pockets, elevate the standard of living for themselves, friends and family members. Most of these people see political office as their pathway to attaining wealth, period. That's it for me.
Thank you so much, Amanda. WhatsApp message, I'm a Lucian living in the United States. This is a great show. Timothy, Wasco wants the water company to make money. They don't care about anything else. Let me see if I have another WhatsApp message. Somebody says there, we are making assumptions that the majority of the people in St. Lucia can afford a water tank. People who can afford don't have a water problem. People cannot even find a place to put a house or proper sanitation, far less a water tank. But why should we be paying for water when we pay our taxes for water infrastructure and pay Wasco for its water? Where is the accountability? The other one says, Tim, contrary to what the callers are asserting, the key management of Wasco has not in fact changed. Perhaps this is the problem. Surface changes, name, uniform, etc., but no substance and thus same service. And let's see there if we have another WhatsApp message. Okay. All right. Somebody says there via WhatsApp, heavy roller have to go. All right. Let me turn my attention now to the leader of the parliamentary opposition, and he has put the Speaker of the House on notice because the House will be meeting tomorrow.
I'm going to go to Parliament on Tuesday. Whether I'm sick or not, I'm going to go, and I'm going to fight that bill. Now, I am one voice, and Bradley and I are only two votes, and more than likely that bill is going to pass. But they are going to have to kick me out of that house if they don't want me to say the truth. And I want to put the Speaker on notice, and I want to give all of you an advance notice and warning. I, Alan Shastney, will not sit in the House and listen to a blatant lie and sit there silently. I will stand up, and I will continue standing up to defend what I know is the truth. And you have the right and you have the authority to kick me out of the House if you want to, but you're going to have to kick me out of the House because I will not sit down if you're going to say a lie. And to go to the House at this point to develop a sovereign fund, to allow foreigners to control the fund, and to put no checks and balances is I, Alan Shastney, and Bradley Felix, we will not sit in the House and say nothing. We will defend the people of this country. We will defend the assets of this country. And last time I said to the people of St. Lucia, I am not asking for any mass protest. I'm not asking for every single solution to come up. I'm asking for each one of us to ask ourselves, is this worth going to the Parliament and to say no to the government of what they want to do? And you remember, this is a government that said that during COVID we had no right to put barriers around the Parliament. We have no COVID and look at the amount of barriers they've put around the parliament. They've not only put barriers in front of the parliament, but now they've put barriers in front of the Constitution Park. So your own same supporters, your 10 Pines that were inside the Constitution Park, not even they can stay there anymore. My people, it is time for us to take back our country before we have no country left. It is time that we come together to right the wrong so we can save our St. Lucia. I will be there. I'm going to stand up for the people of St. Lucia. And I'm saying to you that this sovereign bill is wrong. You cannot even manage the economic fund. You cannot even manage anything else, the CIP program. How many boards do we have that there's no annual reports being placed on before the House? There's no accountability to you. And now you want us to believe because you're putting it in a document that they're going to follow what is going on? We must stop this Labour Party from stealing what little is left of our country. Trust me when I tell you that. I will be there on Tuesday with my voice or no voice, and I will stand for what is right and make sure we right the wrong.
You just heard there from the leader of the parliamentary opposition, Mr. Alan Shastny. And finally, let us hear from the island's Home Affairs Minister, because when the news first surfaced that Mr. Khaled Xavier, better known as Kakal, would be transferred from Castries to the south of the island, people already making the assumption that it is a result of a request that was made to the island's police commissioner by the Home Affairs Minister, Mr. Jeremiah Norbert. And during the political activity of the SLP over in Anslery yesterday, he addressed that issue.
I, Honorable Jeremiah Norbert, have never and will never, not because you were giving certain directives when you were in office to believe that all of us are the same. We're not like that. I have never, and I will never call no commissioner to give no directive. The commissioner is his own man. Prime Minister has said it repeatedly, and he makes no bones about it, that the police force is an independent organization, and we're not going to have any sort of political interference with the daily runnings of the police force. What we do for the police, you know where we interfere? We give them bulletproof vests for every policeman in St. Lucia.
You just heard there from the island's Home Affairs Minister, once again denying that he had anything to do with the transfer of Mr. Khaled Xavier, better known as Kakal, because what is being bandied about, what is being suggested, is that Kakal, who performed during a political activity of the opposition UWP some 2 Sundays ago, was transferred the following day, primarily because of his participation in that event. Our question of the day: how do you feel about the Royal St. Lucia Police Force? How do you feel about the Royal St. Lucia Police Force? And again, my information is at some point in time, very soon, maybe tomorrow, maybe later this week, the island's police commissioner will be hosting a press conference. Finally, our NewsSpin news of the day. The NewsSpin news of the day reads: U.S. added to international watch list for rapid decline in civic freedoms. U.S. added to international watch list for rapid decline in civic freedoms. That's the broadcast. Thank you so much for watching this edition of the world's most monitored talk show, NewsSpin. My name is Timothy Poleon. Goodbye.